Today on the video we went on a really nice MT09 ride. All of those rides are adventures unto themselves. And today we ran into a helicopter over at the airport. Somebody taking helicopter lessons. And it reminded me of the time Karen and I were in Calgary, and we took a helicopter tour ride as part of a train trip across Canada. And one of the things, I tried to talk the guy into letting me fly the helicopter, let me sit in the front seat and fly it. And I'll leave that. That's going to be on the end of the video. But it was quite an adventure. Well, today is really going to be another hot day. I can't wait to get out on the MT09. As always, it's going to be a nice ride. It's going to be a hot ride. And what can I say? I've had the bike about 2 years now, and I have never had a bad ride on it. So always something to look forward to is MT09 day. Now, pretty much anytime I go out on the open road, it's always a little bit of an adventure. You never know what's going to happen with the weather. You certainly never know who you're going to bump into, run into. Always like to have the bike clean. I always like to have it pre-flighted, air checked in the tires, and among other things. And that's standard stuff. But you never know, because I'm in the middle of a ride sometime, and I just decide, let's go down this road, let's go down that road. Well, today I ran into a helicopter doing some training at Lincoln Park Airport, and it reminded me of the great time Karen and I had. We went through Canada, through Calgary, on the Rocky Mountaineer, a train that goes across Western Canada. And part of it was you could sign up for a helicopter trip, and I thought, well, that'd definitely be worthwhile. And so we signed up, and we met some interesting people along this ride, that's for sure. And I'm going to put a couple of minutes of the footage at the end of this. This turned out to be quite an adventure. And of course, all the work on the farm has to be done. Hey, we got some big zucchinis coming out in the next couple days. We made another 12 pounds of pickles, and the farm's got some tomatoes coming ripe. We still have some cucumbers. This has been a great summer for the farm. Karen and I really do enjoy every minute we spend on the farm. All right, boys, who's going to take the food out of my hand? You're almost jumping out of the water here, fellas. Come on, you can do it. And always feed the bird, have that extra coffee. Looks like it's going to be even hotter than we thought it was. But the birds don't care, and to be honest, I don't care either. And in this really hot weather, I really haven't passed a lot of motorcycles on the road. One or two, but not many. I'm always surprised. Early in the morning it is doable, but boy, in the afternoon, I'm always glad to be on my porch. So after 2 years of a lot of small details, a lot of little things you don't notice until you look close, or you look for a while, like there's no screws in the intakes, and little things like the trim, thank you John Parthia for the help, it's made this bike my own. And on these shady back roads, this is where the MT09 is right where he wants to be. Right where I want to be. The heck with the bike. Anyway, we're looking for shady roads. We're trying to stay out of the bright sun. And when that early morning sun shines on that Yamaha Racing Blue, you see the little pearlescent flakes in it, the little metal flakes. I think it's a beautiful color. Absolutely beautiful. And my experimental wheel paint, 4:1 urethane, and that has, with the silver pigment I mixed, I did several test samples. There's a bunch of videos on how to do it. It worked out great. And for me, one of the keys to why I like the bike is that it fits my ergonomics. I didn't have to change the bars or the pegs or anything to get it to be comfortable. And the seat, I think they used my behind when they made the mold. But I shouldn't really say that. It is a good seat. And just having fun with the quick shifter, it adds such a nice dimension of fun to the bike. I wish I had it on every bike, but I don't. But on this bike, it's one of the things that makes it truly, truly a fun bike to ride. So I thought it'd be a good time to take a break. I stopped at the little luncheonette they have here and watched one of the students doing touch and goes with the helicopter and flying around the pattern, and it brought back the memories, my memories of my ride in a helicopter. Now there's no muffler on an MT09. There's only a catalytic converter and an exhaust outlet. A lot of people don't know that. They think there's a muffler back there. There isn't. Now all the carbon fiber parts I got from Vlad, and the ones I made, I hand made several of the ones that are on here. Every one of them has held up well. They've really stood the test of time. Now anytime we're shooting into the sun and the shadows, and we're going in the sun, out of the sun, all these backward areas, that sun can really get in your eyes and really be challenging when you're headed right at it. Now on these 90-degree days, I try to stay hydrated. I carry a bottle of water inside my jacket. About halfway through the ride, I'll stop somewhere, like at the airport, drink half the water, and take the second half and just pour it down the back of my neck, and I'm good to go. Now, it's always amazing to me how quick on a day like today you can get dehydrated, and you don't even know you're dehydrated until you stop and you look around and you feel a little dizzy or whatever. Staying hydrated, really super important for me. And getting 50 miles to the gallon is just a free bonus in this day of very expensive gas, and who knows how long that's going to last. But having that ability to pretty much go all day on a tank of gas, and I run out of gas before the bike does. And there's a lot of sections here where it's just populated houses, and it's so nice to be able to just sneak through. Stealth. It's very quiet. And I remember the days riding in Harriman Park with super loud exhaust, and other guys, when you have a group of 3 or 4 bikes, well, you could tell when we left Rutherford, it was terrible. And having these bikes with quiet mufflers, well, it's always in your favor. And it was 2 years of small details and making carbon parts, fitting that windshield, getting it to lay back more, painting parts that weren't painted, polishing things that weren't polished. But boy, at the end of that time, I have bonded with this bike. And anytime I ride this area of the country, I think how blessed I am to be living in a place where there are nice roads and relatively low traffic, low law enforcement, and just absolutely beautiful scenery all year long. I found out something very funny today. I went for a haircut today, and my barber, young girl that she is, she's from Romania. Her mom too, they run a barber shop, and she was telling me there's a lot of motorcycles in Romania. It's like everybody has a motorcycle. So it was time to turn around and head home, and because I had that interface with the helicopter today, watching a student pilot do touch and goes in a helicopter, you never know what an adventure that can turn out to be. Anyway, the weather was perfect, super hot, and I have to go get some some hydration, a gallon or two of iced tea. Karen will have something going on at the farm, I know, and seeing that helicopter today was really nice. So we're home before the real heat of the day. It's only 97. The real heat of the day is coming very soon. I can't believe how hot it's been this summer. Wow. But we have gotten a rock. I don't think we've missed any days. We probably haven't missed, well, maybe we did miss one day. I don't know. But it has really been a hot summer, and we've really gotten a lot of rides. So while I was putting the bike away and cleaning it up, I thought I'd share a couple of pictures of the wonderful time we had on the Rocky Mountaineer. It's a train, a Vista Dome passenger train. We went, I think it was 2 weeks, but I'm not sure. It went all through Western Canada, and we stopped at places and saw elk and saw steam engines that were restored, and among other things. We got to see some of the beautiful scenery in this area, just among other things, and shot, I think, about 1,500 pictures along the way, and got to go out on a glacier on this like snowcat, whatever it was, and got to go up this super high mountain. You could go hang gliding off of this mountain. But the high point of the whole thing was getting this helicopter ride. We signed up for this extra helicopter ride, and this was really a scenic ride, and I'll describe the story. So keep in mind that we're up at altitude here, and we're going, this is just a beautiful place in the world. And we went up into the mountains. This was about an hour ride, if I remember right. And I had my video camera, but I'm just going to put some highlights on here, not the whole trip, of course. But it was very interesting talking to this pilot. The pilot was really a pretty cool guy, and I said, "Hey, I'm a pilot. Can I have the stick for a while?" And he looked at me like, "Yeah, right." He really didn't trust me. I don't know. I don't know why. I look so trustworthy. No, I have never flown a helicopter. I've flown many light planes, single engine planes, SEL, but I've never flown a helicopter. And there are a couple of things about the helicopter that give you a little, I guess, a little concern. A lot of vibration in these helicopters. It's like riding a two-stroke. Shouldn't say that. A lot of vibration anyway. And I guess you get used to it. When I was in a helicopter in Brazil, I thought the thing was an egg beater or something. But it was an older helicopter. This one, I don't know how old these are. But the scenery was just so beautiful. I am so glad we got to do this. See, it's a shame to travel all the way up to that part of the world, 4,000 miles away from my house, and not see it from this altitude. And it's something personally that this trip I'll never forget. So I hope these little outtakes from our vacation and trip. We really did have a wonderful time in Canada, and landing the helicopter again. Karen and I have both been in a helicopter in Brazil, and it was a over San Paulo, a very different experience. Somewhere down the road, I'll try to dig out that footage that I have. And I love the idea that I'm very lucky that I always shoot pictures and video to kind of remind me how lucky I am and how many of these things that have been on my bucket list, I've managed to get a lot of them off my bucket list. This was one. I wanted to see this area from the air. Karen was blown away by the scenery, and we did make some new friends on this trip that they shared a lot of our common interests, and we really had a good time. It was a very special time. And of course, Karen was very happy to get her feet back on the ground. And being honest, I think I was too. But this is one of those things worth the calories. So I hope you enjoyed sharing this part of our life, little slice of our life, our vacation from years ago, a ride we took today, and a great memory of seeing that helicopter and seeing that student pilot out at Lincoln Park Airport. Brought back a lot of good memories. But this bike, this MT09, has been nothing but good memories, and so long to make it my own, and so worthwhile all at the same time. I just can't say how happy I've been. Thank you, Karen, for a wonderful birthday and for all the wonderful friends I have. And thanks for taking that little helicopter ride with us, too. Thanks for watching.